Hi, my name is Kurt Frankenberg, and this is a short series of 5 videos called The Trouble with Covered Calls. I'm speaking to you from a martial arts studio because this is who I am and what I do. I'm not speaking from a boardroom or from a desk because I'm not a stock market kind of guy, except that I have a few investments that have done well. In 1999, I followed the advice of a stock market guru, whose name I won't mention, but he was famous for popularizing the strategy of selling covered calls, which is probably why you've landed here. You're either looking for help on how to do them well, or you may have been burned and want to know why, and if there's some alternatives, some other ways to get money out of the market. If you've been hurt by this strategy, I'm sorry. Here's help. If you haven't used the strategy and you're just learning, there are a few sites that would be more than happy to teach you how to trade covered calls, but I'd be cautious to look at what the neutral sites like Wikipedia, for example, would have to say about the strategy. Not just those that profit by selling the information and the idea that selling covered calls is reliable and safe. Having said that, I do offer an alternative strategy and I do sell the information, but I'm going to give you the best part of the strategy in this short series of videos, and I'll do it for free. I want to get this information to the hands of as many people as possible so that they can avoid what happened to me. I lost my entire life savings in 15 minutes selling covered calls and doing it the way that was prescribed by an internet guru. Now the series is going to contain blatant promotion for you to buy my product, okay? But like I said, I'm going to show you a valuable strategy for free, and I want you to go out and search out everything that you can find out about this lesser known strategy called the married put. And I couple it with covered calls, and I couple it with 4 other income methods to make your investments literally bulletproof. Impossible to lose money, but you can gain more. By the way, don't devalue the information that I'm giving you because it's free. Or in the case of my fee-based stuff, relatively cheap. I went to one of those 3,499 seminars with all the smoke and the smoke machine and the music and the charts up on the wall and so forth, and I lost my shirt. Okay? I rolled up my shirt sleeves and I learned how to make money with a lot less risk. And I refuse to make people broke to learn what I did. I want to keep people out there from getting hurt with the so-called safe strategy of selling covered calls. So what's really the problem? What is the trouble with covered calls? Actually, there are a few problems. Number one, yes, you do receive a premium for selling a call that's covered by owning the stock. This is a very popular way of pulling some extra money out of a stock that you already own without necessarily having to sell it. It's being promoted as a safe investment, so safe that you can trade it in an IRA. And anyone can do it. I've got a question though. Do you ever stop and think who is truly covered by a covered call? When you sell an option contract, you are under obligation to perform. That means if you sell a call and the price of your stock goes up, you're under a legal, moral, binding obligation to deliver that stock for perhaps a lower price than you would like. And you got to deliver it to the owner of the call. Who is really covered by the ownership of your stock? Not you. The person that's expecting delivery is who's really covered. They're guaranteed to pick up your asset at their price because you actually have the product on hand for delivery. Here's my question. Who's covering you? How do you guarantee you're not holding a lemon of a stock while they're just window shopping? What about losing more than half of the value within 15 minutes of the market open? That can happen. That happened to me in 1999. I owned a stock that was trading at $17.50 a share. I sold a covered call for $3 against that stock, and it opened at $9 and went down from there. Take a look at this chart. Here are a couple of actual trades from a website that promotes covered call selling. You can take a look at this stock right here. It's got support, it looks like, right along the $40 range. How would you like to buy into this stock at $40 and be selling real juicy premiums, covered calls against that stock? Ooh, it looks like we're in trouble now. This is overstock.com. Let's take a look at another one. How would you like to be in? Oh, now this is a nice looking one right here. We buy in, and oh my goodness, we're selling our covered calls. We don't want to sell too close to the money, do we? Because we'll get called out. But okay, now we've got a good stock going on here. It's growing. It's growing. This must have been an exciting day. You know, with me, I kind of yawn. I roll over and decide whether or not I want to call my broker because there's really no hurry. Now here's an actual email from a guy that's a member now, but he was taking the advice of one of the Internet Guru covered call programs. Hello, Kurt. I've been using the blank method for 2.5 years in 8 accounts. 2 of the accounts are for my mother. She's been asking me why, if we're making money each month, the account balance is not growing. Now she's 83 and not financially savvy, so I have a difficult time explaining to her that unrealized depreciation is offsetting the premiums that she's receiving. In other words, the unrealized depreciation, what that means is they bought a stock, the stock has gone down. Now they haven't sold the stock, so a loss isn't a loss until you sell, right? Tell it to your accountant. A little voice in the back of my head tells me her questions are not entirely without merit. One thing I've learned as a martial art instructor and doing executive protection, bodyguarding, listen to the little voice. Another thing that I've learned is keep your hands up. Anyway, I'm looking to change my approach, and what I've read so far on your site sounds interesting. Then he asked if I have any idea how to recover from positions that have already failed. I'm sorry to say no, and I suggest keeping your hands up before you step into the ring. That's the basis of the Mary Put strategy, and I'll show some numbers to you here in just a minute.